Go ahead, Johnny. Go ahead.
This is what I want to happen. All right. When I say good, what I want to happen is the people go, wait a minute. This whole thing is supposed to be about prosperity, and you're charging something the federal government just made zero. And you've not only doubled it, you more than doubled it so you can make profit that didn't go to the federal government, because at least this was going to the federal government to supposedly to pay for the work being done, to pay for the agents. This is going straight to the state into your pocket. And what I hope it does is wake people up, and then all of a sudden the midterms in Virginia are in jeopardy.
What's up, everybody? It's that time again. It's time for Locked, Cocked, and Unfiltered. We've got our wonderful co-host here, Tony Simon and Clayton Slotlicker.
Slotlicker in the house.
I hate you all. I hate you all.
You know that one's not going to go away ever.
I know.
And then you have myself. Today I'm going to be impersonating Hedley Lamar. If you don't know who that is, then you're just lived a sheltered life.
And if you do, know who that is, you need to schedule your colonoscopy.
No, but today we're going to talk about the whole stuff with the suppressors. You know, now as of January 1st, 2026, you don't have to pay the $200 tax stamp. But something I don't necessarily agree with, because if I ain't got to pay this money, why do I still have to fill out all this stuff with the ATF? That I do not agree with all, because that's just ridiculous. But I know another thing that we've kind of talked about, and some of the stuff I've looked at, I know Jared has talked about it in some of his videos, is Virginia is actually trying to pass a $500 state tax on suppressor purchases. It is HB 207 is the bill for anybody out there in the Virginia area that happens to be listening to this. Yes, your wonderful state is trying to pass a $500 state tax. And to me, it's almost like the federal government was like, you know what, let's shut them up. We'll take this $200 tax stamp away, but now we're going to start putting pressure on the states to try to put stuff in place. So I know we've got Virginia doing this. It's like, how many other states are you going to have some of these Democratic leaders running to talk to the governors and be like, you need to do this. Why aren't you doing this? This is stuff that needs to be done. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like your state, Tony.
Or mine.
You know, or yours. I mean, I could see, that happening in either one of y'all states. It could definitely be something I think that could happen. But I know we were talking. Go ahead.
So I'm from Virginia and I live in New Jersey. This is what's crazy. The anti-gun Democrat that's running New Jersey, Mickey, whatever the hell her name is from Virginia. And the hack that's running Virginia is from New Jersey. They moved them around because they knew that the New Jerseyan couldn't win up here because too many people know the bitch. So she's down there, and of course, you suckers in Virginia fell for it. In this time, everybody's talking about they're economically trying to help people, and what is it? I forgot what the name is now. The term they're using, that they're trying to help people because the prosperity. Yeah. So in a time of prosperity, she's got to sell the Virginians the fact that she needs to charge them $500 for something that was only $200 last year, and the federal government says it's free, and no crimes have ever. One crime. Only one crime since 1934 has been committed. One violent crime using the NFA item they have registered has been committed since 1934. One. So you gonna say that's a problem? See, Virginia.
So I know we were talking Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm my bad, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, so Virginia, I was really proud of them because this happened in 2020. Virginia became mostly sanctuary counties, all up and down Virginia. The only places that didn't become sanctuary counties were around that infested place called Northern Virginia, around Alexandria.
Up around the ones, yep, the ones close that are closer to
The
Washington
ones
D.C.
that have
Yeah,
been infected
that's what I was.
by Washington, D.C., all those, was it north of Richmond? The Richmond, north of Richmond? Yeah.
Yes, yep. So you have. So you got me curious about that. I was like, you actually have 35 counties in Virginia that are all Second Amendment sanctuary counties. Because that was one thing when I first heard about this, Clayton and I were talking. So is this something, if they're a Second Amendment sanctuary county, if they were to actually pass this bill, is this something that they can not enforce if they choose not to because of them being a sanctuary county?
I have no idea how that works. Because they were like, at that time, they were saying no to any law that they were trying to pass out of Richmond, the anti gun laws. And this is definitely an anti gun law. You're trying to charge tax on a right. Um, Good luck with that. Now, they're going to have to
Right.
pay a whole bunch of dirty pool, but Virginia's been a swing state a lot. Now we got midterms coming up, and you want to mess around and try to take not $200 but $500 out of people's pocket when no crimes have been committed using these items. So now you've dropped it down to zero. Same people that applied before. You still have the
Yeah,
same
but
qualifications.
back in Trump's first term, wasn't that the guy used suppressors when he went in and shot up that government building in Virginia Beach,
He
wasn't it?
used suppressors when he went and shot up the freaking building.
Yes.
I don't know if it was in his name or not, but yeah, okay. And
That's, I mean, but that's the only ones I know of
yeah,
where
Yeah,
suppressors have
I'm
been
pretty sure it
involved.
was.
yeah. So they're gonna try to use that, and it's like, well, we're gonna talk about your failure to put him in prison for all the other stuff he did beforehand. Like, what is the horrible thing that this would prevent, other than charging people money? Because he was able to come up with $200. I'm sure he's able to come up with $500 when he's considering murder, since that's about the price of one of the guns he used. What they're saying is stupid. The guns isn't free. The ammo isn't
Right.
free. The car ain't free to go there. The gas ain't free. Only this one accessory is free.
Right.
Yeah, and I mean that, but it's just that them just trying it, and I can see other states trying
Mm-hmm.
to, even if it's not successful and it doesn't pass. To me, you've got other states like California, New York, Washington, Oregon, where I could see them trying to do this and actually trying to charge more than just $500.
Good, good. Tony, what do you mean by
What was
good?
the one?
Listen,
Hold on.
good.
Let's see here.
All right, I'll hold on. I'll hold on before I finish it.
No, I'm trying. No, you guys can talk. Go ahead. I'm looking something up.
I say good. Way too many people are sitting on their asses because Trump's in office that they're not becoming politically active. They believe they're safe.
Again, it goes
They believe they're
right,
safe.
and it goes back to what we've
Mhm.
talked about in the past in other conversations that we've had.
Yeah.
Is you got to stop looking at your federal stuff and start focusing on your local stuff.
Now-
Point proven right here with what's happening with Virginia.
Now,
Yeah,
this
it's
is
probably not going to go anywhere.
So
But
what was the? I mean, go ahead, Tony. Go ahead.
this is what I want to happen. All right, when I say good, what I want to happen is the people go, wait a minute, this whole thing is supposed to be about prosperity, and you're charging something the federal government just made zero. And you've not only doubled it, you more than doubled it so you can make profit that didn't go to the federal government, because at least this was going to the federal government supposedly to pay for the work being done, to pay for the agents. This is going straight to the state into your pocket. And what I hope it does is wake people up, And then all of a sudden, the midterms in Virginia are in jeopardy. All of a sudden, that starts swinging stuff. Because I was trying to look it up, but it takes too long. So I'll just throw this out there. Is a senator or Congress people running in Virginia in the midterms? Can they possibly lose their seat because of this? If they're running, or does it take out any chance of them winning a seat because the governor just tried to pull this move? I think this is very important. Thank you for going ahead and do this, and hopefully it galvanizes Virginia gun owners to swing around and go, this isn't even about keeping us safe. This is about a money grab. Oh, because they're going to lose this in court too, by the way. If they were able to do it on a federal level, they're going to lose in court.
Well, the other thing too that I think is crazy is they're also trying to pass an assault firearms and certain ammunition feeding devices, importation, sale, etc. prohibited. So it's like, I mean, it's like they're throwing darts at the dartboard, just hoping something's going to stick. But now, when I got in here and actually read this thing, it's, oh God, let me find it. Hang on.
What was the build number you said, Chris?
HB 207.
Okay.
Is the suppressor one.
Got it. Okay.
Oh God, where is this thing at? There it is. Hang on one sec.
HB.
So I'm curious to get your thought on this, Tony, when I read this. So the way they have this worded is in the bill, it says firearms suppressor means any device or combination of parts designed to silence, muffle, or diminish the report of a firearm.
What the frig did that word salad say?
Exactly. Yes. Silence, muffle, or diminish the report of a firearm.
Whatever. Look.
So now you're not calling you're not calling it gunfire or anything. You're calling it the report or a report.
They're trying to do everything in the world to crush this. And Virginia's going to have to wake up. There is no more free fucking lunch. All right? Enough. I don't even feel sorry for states anymore. It's past the time gun owners woke up and made it political suicide for people to even try to pass some stuff. Something's going to have to wake them up. And us going, that's why I keep saying good when they try to push these laws, because it's exposing themselves. I'm exposing more people on both sides of the aisle or along the political spectrum of what's actually going on. And I've been doing it for a while, and others have too. COVID woke a lot of people up that personally wouldn't have even touched a firearm, and now they're interested. There's a whole new generation of people fighting this fight there across the political spectrum, and these kind of bills are what radicalizes normal people that are law-abiding. If you waited your whole damn life to get a short barrel rifle, short barrel shotgun, or suppressor, and now it's finally within your reach without the friggin' $200 tax stamp, and you've come of age, and you've watched these movies, and you want to build your marquee bill. Well, you want to build your bill from no something for old men, no land for old men, or whatever the heck it is. You want to have the 870 with a suppressor on it. You've thought about all this stuff, and now they're trying to jack you for another $500 for something that's a right that's already been approved by the federal government. Get in the fight. It will radicalize people. It will get people to push back, and I hope it gets a lot of people to push back, especially since 170,000 is that the number? Applied for suppressors in the first 2 weeks.
Yeah,
it was a lot like that. Let's see.
It was. I'm actually just pulling that up. Suppressor, Form 4s.
So, understand the magic number to some common weapon that was that number came up with during the Supreme Court case about tasers was 100,000.
Day one surge around 150,000 applications.
Yeah.
Total filings at least 200,000. in the first few weeks of 2026.
Yeah.
And there we go.
But like you talking, Tony, about political suicide, that's a lot of what got constitutional carry passed here in South Carolina. Is you had all these politicians that ran way back when talking about, oh yeah, vote me in, we're going to get this passed, and then none of them passed it, and everybody got pissed off, and you kind of had a house cleaning the last midterm, and then now, all right, this is what they said, if you get us in here, we'll get it passed, and they got it passed. Now, some of the wording, I think, definitely needs to be redone, because there's, to me, just too many gray areas, and then some of the stuff, the way they changed the wording, I don't necessarily agree with, because now there are certain places where I've never had to ask for permission before, but now I've got to because of how they changed the wording.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the one thing that irritated me. But I think a lot of that was they shotgun this in so fast and didn't really go through it like what they needed to. But no, I mean, you're right. I hope this really starts to open people's eyes up. And again, for me, even from the federal government side, all right, I get the background check. When you buy a gun, if you don't have a permit, you go through a background check. I get that. But I don't agree with the ATF still having control over approving me for a suppressor when I don't have to pay them any money.
Mm-hmm.
I should be able to go to any gun store that sells suppressors and buy it just like I would buy a gun. All right, I got to fill 4473 out. They do the background check. That's fine. But I still don't agree with having to go through the ATF, the Form 4, and all that bullshit because there's no longer a tax stamp. That's the big frustration for me, is why do I still have to do this when I'm not paying them any more money?
Yep.
You just want to, you want to say, all right, we took the money away, but we're still wanting to know who's buying what and all that stuff. That's what I don't necessarily agree with.
Right. Oh yeah. See, I don't agree with any of it, and I think it all should be burned to the ground. Because
I'm behind you 100% on that one.
Yeah, because I'm a friggin' radical when it comes to this. This is something, suppressors, short barrel rifles, short barrel shotguns, are something I can do at home with a hacksaw. All right? Look.
And how many people have done it? And how many people are still doing it?
Mm-hmm.
All I have to do is attach this to something that has a buttstock on it.
Yep.
Well, not only that, like one of my AR pistols, all I have to do is put a vertical foregrip on it. Now it's a short barrel rifle.
Yep.
Like, come on now. This wordplay stuff is getting a little old.
Mm-hmm.
So, because they're lying scumbags and they're trying to play us off, and this is why growing the community helps. Because you go up, you're evil white man, racist, want to, whatever horrible bullshit they make up just based upon your appearance and in the box they want to put you in. I go up and it makes it a little more delicate for them to try to play that game. And then all of a sudden, Alicia goes up and she speaks. And Ava goes up and she speaks. You know what I mean? And then Aaron Paulette goes up and she speaks as a person in the community, in the LGBT community. Chris Chang goes up. Now, who the frig are you putting where? And that's why we need to continually grow, because Chris Chang doesn't need to fly around the country and speak for people just to be someone who's gay and Asian. You know what I mean? Like, no, you have gay Asians in Virginia. Speak up. You have trans in Virginia. Speak up for your rights. And when stupid people like this woman, again, she's coming from Jersey, where she's used to people capitulating over crap like this. Please do. I want her introduction to Virginia politics being they kicked her square in the back. I want her to lose all kinds of political points for doing this and just become, one, she's a one-term governor anyway, because that's all you can be in Virginia. You can only serve one term. You can only serve one term, and then you can go away for 4 years, come back and run again. And I want her to burn up all of her political energy on this stupidity, and for it to go so wrong, other states go, you know what, we're going to leave this one alone. That's what I need to happen. I needed to go so freaking sideways that it's an example to other states. They don't want this smoke.
Well, I mean, I don't know why other states don't do that with at least, well, maybe
All
two
right.
terms.
Oh,
So, but now see,
because people don't require
here,
it.
right, they need to, everybody, to me, everybody, any elected official, again, should be on a 2-term limit. Whether it's city council, county council, sheriffs, whatever, they should be on 2-term limit. But see, here's one thing I want that when I got to looking into some of this, that I could see some states being sneaky with
Mm-hmm.
is, did you know some states have a sin tax?
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's taxes on products or service considered unhealthy.
Mm-hmm.
So now you have states like California that now have firearms, ammunitions, and parts lumped under that sin
Yep.
tax because it's considered unhealthy. So here's another area that they could use. All right, if we can't just get this, let me just go ahead and lump it under this sin tax that I have. Because right now, from what I found, California is 11%, Colorado is 6.5%. And then you've got Maryland, New York, Massachusetts, Washington, Vermont, and New Mexico that are trying to get this passed. Like, come on now.
And again, it
But
falls into allowing. I know people go, Tony's only saying the same thing over and over again. Here's the problem. When myself, Kevin, uh, anybody who tries to get others involved in the Second Amendment fight, we always have some dumbass gun owners in the crowd, like was in November 2019, or online, always whining about wanting to grow the community and, hey, why do we need them? They can be like us. Hey,
Mm-hmm.
a bunch of us, whoever the hell you are, lives in a conservative red state. You don't. Nobody in California cares. You're well outnumbered. You're well outnumbered, so your voice won't count. Who do I need? I need people on the other side. I need the blue and I need the independents to actually come out and feel they're a part of this. So I need them to be shooting suppressors. I need them to be shooting short barrel rifles. I need them to be shooting these things so they can see they've been told lies their whole life. That's what we need when we recruit. We need them to feel welcome. A bunch of people don't know how things work. Understand, we all went to school. Most people are average. That's what the frig average means. Most people have average intelligence. But guess what? The stupid motherfuckers that went to school with you, they graduated too, and they're adults. And they're the ones in the comment section saying dumb shit because they can never think bigger than what's directly in front of them. They have to be told, just go with this.
Right.
But many gun owners think of themselves as some kind of standalone freaking mavericks, and they don't have to be by anything. And they just like sitting in there and poking the bear and shitting on people in the comment section while they do absolutely nothing. It's come a point that if you're a conservative firearms owner, and I'll go ahead and say it, a white conservative firearms owner, middle aged dude, they've killed your voice in many places in this country. And you need to understand that and then figure out how to find people that agree with you in that particular topic and subject and have them fight for that. They don't have to be your ideological freaking twin with everything else. But if you believe in the Second Amendment, you should welcome others with other different political views. The amendment is a human right and shouldn't be tread upon. And there are organizations out there, and these are the organizations these people sit in the comment section and shit on. Well, guess what? Liberals for gun rights, or and all the other Operation Blazing Sword, Pink Pistols, all of those people, Black Guns Matter, NAGA, All of those organizations are the ones that push back at blue states and make people pay politically.
Well, and that was, a big thing that irritated me too with like COVID in 2020 and stuff is you had so many of that side buying guns because of everything that was going on. And then you had all these gun owners and even instructors and stuff like that. I ain't teaching them shit. I ain't doing shit with them because all they're going to do is after 2020 is sell that gun. And I'm like, that's the problem right there.
Yep.
You should be going out. You should be running to their doors, knocking on their doors. Hey, what do you need help with? How can I help you? What questions do you have? Hey, there's this great guy I know over here that'll teach you how to use that thing. But no, y'all want to be little assholes about everything and just, it's just so frustrating sometimes, man.
Oh, yeah. One of these twits are still being put on stage by a Second Amendment advocacy organization, and she, in no fucking doubt, said she ain't teaching Muslims, and these assholes still putting this heifer on stage. And I'm like, you can get rid of her. She shit all over the bed. This is not the person you should have out representing you, but you keep putting her on stage as if she's Martin Luther King Jr. It's like, no, she's just another twit, but she's a female. And you're so desperate for women that you will allow somebody on stage that shit the bed when they had an opportunity to be amazing. And she doubled down and stood by her stuff. She's never backed off of it. She hasn't changed her mind. And she's still celebrated by these people. Okay, congratulations. She's not going to teach Muslims. Well, not only Muslims push back against that, but every other minority go, yeah, she didn't think about Muslims. She must think the same thing about everybody else. Oh, no, she didn't say that. Fuck you. You don't get to pick how people perceive you when you say something blatantly prejudiced and biased. Yeah, they assume you're racist too.
That is a problem from this community is for some reason, man, some of these groups, some of these companies end up latching on and using the wrong people. And I don't understand why that is.
I don't know if they're tone deaf and they only listen. It's one of those things that say, maybe you should have more diverse group of freaking friends that people can actually tell you other perceptions and ideas. If every time you look around, I'll go ahead and point it out because Kevin said it, Maj said it, and I was trying to figure out how to say it, and then I realized tiptoeing around it don't help things, so you might as well say it. When these companies, organizations put stuff together and they want to have their super group of freaking tokenism, they're looking for their one black, their one Asian, their one Hispanic, like they're putting together a 90s freaking hip-hop group like the studios did back in the day. And then you look around and somehow they only need one of these, one of these, one of these, and one of these when it comes to minority and women. But then they have 45 white dudes there or 45 white people there. And they don't listen to the minorities they bringing in going, hey, the thing you're doing, it ain't coming off like you think it is.
Right.
Yeah. So when you have Ted Kennedy as the head of your freaking company, when you do your walkout, SIG, on your launch, and there's fucking Ted, gun control is the answer, and nobody under 21 should own an AR-15. Yeah, you get pushback because it seems like SIG can't make a good decision, and I swear, if they fell into a barrel of titties, they'd come out sucking a dick.
Well, with the way things are going right now, I think I can really agree with you on that one.
Yep.
Because they've done horrible jobs handling a lot of stuff that we've talked about. But I don't know, man. It seems like that's what they wanted to do by taking this away is, well, let's take it away from the federal government, leave it to the states, and see what they do with it.
And that works in our benefit. If they hand it over to the state, it can work in our benefit because now you only have to fight the blue in your state, not the blue nationwide. So you got to get your rural area to actually pay attention and give a shit. You got to get them.
Well, and sometimes that's, you've said it, man. Sometimes that's a hard thing to do.
And this is what
Just
also happens. If you welcome, grow, and educate the gun owners in the blue side, they push back too. There's no easy
mm-hmm.
win that they can just go, hey, we can depend on the city to pull the state along. That's why I host my diversity shoots. I host my diversity shoots 15 minutes outside of New York City, 20 minutes down the road from Newark, New Jersey. Like, if you live in a city in New Jersey, you can come to my event with with an hour drive. We got Newark, we got Irvington, we got West New York. We got cities up there that you can actually come and check out what I do and see it's not just a bunch of old white dudes. You see, when we shoot AOWs, which are legal in Jersey, when you shoot, we can't have AR pistols, but we can have AOWs and non-NFA firearms. And when I tell them, exactly, and when I tell them, hey, you can have these are 100% legal, and the federal government's trying to bend you over, the federal government went, hey, you don't have to pay tax on this. But politicians on your side in other states are probably here too soon in Jersey because, that's what they do, which they're trying to charge you more money here. They need to push back. They need to speak up because they're the blue in the cities, and they speak to their representatives locally and go, this ain't gonna work, dog. You ain't selling me on taking money out of my pocket for something that's free from the federal government. Something that nobody's in Jersey has registered that weapon and used it to do harm ever in the history of ever. But you're telling me we're keeping us safe because what? You're a liar. And again, we have to tell the people that are blue. We have to tell the people to vote blue. We have to tell the people that they listen to. Oh, yeah. And then we got a whole other thing going here with blue cities. We're going to keep talking about this because I want to segue into something else.
Tony, you're a little fired up tonight. I like it.
I know.
Well, we got a problem.
Did you?
No,
No, we don't. That's why I'm sitting here just letting you go.
We have a problem in New Jersey because this is something I've been telling people forever. Also, I need to launch my own. I need to relaunch 2A4E so I can do these rants on my own without tracking you guys down.
Man, I mean, it's been a great, it's a good conversation. I mean, I think it plays right into what we're talking about here. You got to make sure you're getting involved locally. You need to know what your local people's policies and stuff are. And when I say that, it's not just the state, it's your counties, it's your cities, because these are the ones that grow into your senators and your Congress and your presidents and your vice presidents. So,
and Tony, you've been screaming that for years. That's local, all the way down, like Chris just said. You've been screaming that shit for fucking years.
See, the problem is, again, people in the blue parts are waking up, but we got to keep them on our side. And the divisive politics keep being pushed. The divisiveness across the nation keep getting pushed because they know when we stand together, they cannot win. So when you fight, so when we fight on a local level, and all of a sudden it's easier to get 100 people to stand together in a local election and make a difference and scare the shit out of the powers that be. How's this? Hey, we're gonna have the township meeting or the city council meeting on charging $500 for this bullshit, and then you get 100 people to show up: black, white, Indian, gay, straight, old white dudes, young women, college age women of different ethnicities. They all show up and they push back against the bill. 100 people in a township or city council meeting is more than they ever see. All of a sudden, it becomes a thing. These people use their social media, especially the younger ones, put it up and go, hey, we fought back and we stood up against the federal government, not the federal government, but local government trying to reach in our pockets. Others start to look at it. Other freaking counties, they go, oh, wow, we can't word it like this. We got to go back and rewrite it. We're too early for this. We need to change some stuff. That happens all the time. They rewrite their strategy continuously. And that's because when they lose, they learn from it. When we win, we don't even learn from it. And that's the freaking problem. The Republican Party sucks. The Republican Party needs the Democratic Party to win so the Republican Party can do fundraising. That's the only thing I can think would make a party do so many dumb things right now. You don't win an election by saying you're going to open up the Epstein list, then bring social media people in and give them a notebook that says Epstein list, and then you don't ever put out the Epstein list, and then you try to pretend it doesn't exist. The Republican Party seems to be hell bent on snatching defeat out of the mouth of victory come midterms by making stupid effing decisions. And way too many people want to drink the Kool-Aid and be some kind of team player. But I'm like, hey, your team doesn't have the same strategy about winning, or doesn't have the same attitude and feelings about winning that you do. To them, winning means Democrats win and they can go on a fundraising thing, talking about how they'll fight for your rights if you reelect them, but they ain't doing it now. Why don't we have constitutional carry now? Huh? Why does this only not a fee and not just totally off the list? How come the NFA ain't gone? How come the ATF is still in business? You're telling me they need more freaking agents of Border Patrol, and we have a whole entire agency who ain't done shit for tobacco or explosives that I know about. I never heard no tobacco bill coming out of them or them going and busting people over alcohol. But every time I turn around, they're doing some firearm shit. So
yeah, it might as well just be the F.
Yeah, because there ain't no A, there ain't no T, not that I heard of.
No.
So
yeah, because nobody's passed any bills or anything to try to make it harder to get cigarettes.
So yeah,
nobody's passed any bills or tried to pass any bills.
We have the majority in the House.
Harder to get alcohol.
So we have the House majority, Senate majority, and the presidency, and somehow these great Republican freedom fighters haven't done anything except what we're talking about, a zero fee, but they still have all your information.
Well, just like with the liberals, when they had the House, the Senate, and the presidency, they could have locked in you being able to get abortions right then and there. But they didn't. They don't care about you. As soon as you let them take the guns away, they're going to take your First Amendment away. Just because you voted for them and you root for them and you cheer for them, at the end of the day, when they take the guns away, you're going to be in there with the jail cells just with the rest of us.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now, why? No, they're not. They're doing it. And another strategy, wake the frig up. When people like me, who I don't like the government, because the founding fathers told you not to trust the government. Because whenever the government does something wrong, no individual is held accountable. They just call it the government. So yeah, I don't trust the government because the government allowed slavery to exist. The government fought another government, freed the slaves, but then didn't give them the same human rights as everybody else for 100 years. That was the government. The government lied about what got us involved in Vietnam. Government. The government lied about Gulf War the first time. Weapons of mass destruction. That's the government. No one's named. So when you ask me, why don't you like the government? That's why. No one's held accountable for the horrible things the government did. They never had to pay in any way whatsoever. And so, yeah, I don't trust government based on that alone. Now, right now, what the government of New Jersey is doing, the governor is releasing criminals onto the street that are murderers out of freaking prison, wholesale, and celebrating how many he's let out. Please look it up. You'll see. Not one of them's white. Not one of them is white.
Same thing's going on in your state too, Clayton.
Yep.
But listen,
100%.
Not one murderer they're releasing is white. They're releasing black murderers into black communities that have already killed black people. At the same time, they're denying law-abiding black people that put in for their carry permits at 10 times the rate of whites. So they're not allowing you to carry legally, and they're releasing murderers who've already killed before their sentence is up into your neighborhood. And they're doing it and then expecting you to clap because they're black. Look, we're releasing black people out. Well, they killed black people. That's why they were locked away. The neighborhood was safer because they were in a cell. Now they're back. And the same government is taking your ability away to defend yourself against these people. You tell me, how is this going to work?
The ignorance that's out there right now, man, is just ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
But not just that, it's the ignorance behind thinking, oh, well, I just need to vote when it comes time for when the president election comes up. Like, no, you need to be out at every election.
Every one of them.
You need to be involved in every election, from your sheriff to your county council, your city council, your school board. You need to be involved in every election.
Why do I need to be involved in the mayoral election? Well, did you hear what the mayor of Minneapolis said, talking about going to war
exactly
with the sheriff standing right beside him?
I did.
Oh God! And have you seen what they said? What, I think 200,
yeah,
or something like that. Have police have left because of that, and some of them have already gone and gotten jobs with ICE.
Okay,
but yeah, I mean, it was funny because he's standing there, and then you see. I was like, yeah, that little lift there kind of tells you everything.
Mm-hmm.
No, see,
they actually, I have yet to confirm it, but I'm seeing several reports that about another 100 officers decided to take some leave as of tonight. So that department is getting dwindled down right now.
Now, they don't need to take leave because now all you're left with was yes men. You're left with dudes that won't push back against that shit. So that's the bad part about when you leave. You need to stay and fight back. You need to stay and be on that team that goes and cuffs him up for saying some stupid shit like that. Because I'm sure that's got to be some sort of insurrection or call for violence. We're going to arrest federal officers that aren't breaking federal or state law. Because what, the mayor said so? What's he going to do? Fire everybody? You go and go, nah, we're not doing that. Oh, well, the attorney general, I don't care what anybody says, your city lawyer, anybody, what you did was some political bullshit. Nobody's arrested anybody. Shut the fuck up. You don't quit. You tell them to shut the fuck up. You tell them nobody's doing it. You tell him nobody's doing it, and he's going to fire people. You go, anybody that comes up here and says they'll do it, we're throwing out a fort. We ain't talking to you. We ain't dealing with you because you're going to get us killed.
So I actually did a search, and I'm sure this could be skewed. All right, but it's saying here that there's no evidence of mass exits.
Okay.
Rumors suggest 14 officers quit and 46 filed for retirement in a single day due to mayor's statements.
Okay, that's a lot of mother effers at retiring. Again.
Yeah, 46. Yeah, that's.
So I don't blame the people that retired. I don't blame the people that retired because what's coming down, you're just going to have to get your backbone up and actually fight for something. They got a lot to lose. If you step down, you're not throwing 25 years away. But if you got 10, 12, 15, bro, you're going to have to fight for that. Either you're going to have to step down and not do it, or you're going to have to push back and not lose it.
Now, here's something saying of the 46 that filed for retirement, 18 of them are now applied for ICE.
Wow. That's funny.
Oh,
that is funny.
But I mean, that's the kind of crap you run into. I mean, that's a big thing with like New York too. A lot of the cops are frustrated because they're not getting support from the mayor, your senator, your Congress. I mean, it gets frustrating.
Oh, wow. So they have over 600 sworn officers on the PD,
Yep.
and a slightly less than 10% put in retirement paperwork.
Damn.
Which would, yeah, that'd be about 46 roundabout in there.
Yeah, 60 will be 10%. Well, you got to put on the
Mm-hmm.
14 to quit, and the 40. Dude, 10% of the police force just walked away, according to the low numbers that you just gave.
Right.
That's significant, especially because the retired dudes are usually, I mean, obviously, just by the fact that they had enough time to retire, senior leadership. So
Yeah.
these are the street cops with the friggin' 20 in or 25 on the street. These are the sergeants, the lieutenants, the captains, if they're set up that way, or the chiefs. That's who's
Mm-hmm.
walking away. Again, you got to have the dudes with the time, like they still got 10, 15 years ago. Those are the ones that need to push back. Those are the ones that go, nah, dude, we're not living under whatever you're trying to make up because you're going to get us put in federal prison or killed. No. Oh, he can fire you. Not if everybody goes, nobody's leaving, bro. You can say what you want. Nobody's leaving. You ain't firing shit. You're already down 10%.
Mm-hmm.
We're already below the 700 plus we need to run the damn city anyway. Now we're down another 10%. You need to shut the fuck up. You just got to be that hard. You got to be that hard because it ain't politics no more. He has, only thing he has backing him up are the badge and the guns. He doesn't have the federal government. He can activate the fucking National Guard. He's mayor. His stormtroopers, his backbone is the police force. They need to realize that. We're not doing it. Fuck you. Fuck the city council. We're not arresting
Right.
federal agents for doing the job. You guys are the one that failed, and now you're backing up something that's illegal. If you want to change stuff, put some laws for it. Change some laws that you want to change citizenship status and do all the other. You got to do the hard work. You got to do the actual work in the courthouse to pass bills that make sense. You can't just go, we don't
Well,
like this.
my understanding is even if they wanted to go out and arrest ICE, they can't because federal trumps state.
Of course it does. Right.
So it's like it goes back to let me play my role here. Let me make it seem like I'm doing something with all these great words I'm saying and get all these people on my side. And then I'm going to go home and sit down with all these people I'm talking shit about and have beers and smoke cigars and sit here and try to figure out other ways that we can fuck with these people.
Yeah, remember, these are the same people that said defund the police last year.
Mm-hmm.
And now they expect you to freaking go toe to toe with the ICE because the mayor said so.
That's That's that is what I find fun. The ones that talk about defund the police are now like, y'all need to be helping us and fighting ICE. Like, which one is it? Do you want to get rid of them or do you want them to help you?
No, you need to
You can't have
understand.
it.
Yes, you need to understand as law enforcement, these people are fickle and they blow with the wind, and you need to stick around and go, wow, what am I going to do? Well, I'm going to follow the freaking law, not what a politician said. He's not quoting any law. What law are they breaking? What he's making is a dangerous situation, and they need the divisiveness. Because this is my whole take on the whole immigration thing. Both parties are in on it, just like both parties are in on the attack on your civil rights. You're telling me that you can't sneak into the state fair, but millions of people can sneak across the border, get a job, bring their families, buy a house, buy a car, but we don't know they're there?
Well, look at the DNC. Look at everything you had to go through to get into the DNC. But yet you can just run across the border real quick.
So,
Like, come on, people.
yeah, both political parties are in on the illegal immigration, and both of them are fine with it. Nobody really cares. This is another divisive thing that put the people up to. So when we were talking about, hey, we're going to talk about this illegal immigration thing, I'm like, or the shooting that happened in Minneapolis with the lady who was begging, doing everything in her power to be shot by the police. My whole thing was, this is a divisive issue that means nothing. if you want to do something about it, both parties should be doing something about it. You can't go under the Obama administration, it was fine. You had these deportations. Under the Clinton administration, it was fine. Under the Biden administration, all of a sudden it's wrong. But he still deported more people than Trump has. How's this?
Well, what? Obama? I think out of
Oh
all the presidents,
no.
all the
Obama's done more than anybody. I think even some combined. But I'm talking about Biden. Still, I think his numbers outnumber Trump's first term. The number that left during
Yeah.
Biden.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, why are you buying into something that you can just look up?
Well, and what gets
Other
me is you get
numbers.
some of these people talking about, oh, during Obama, it wasn't like this. That's because of how it's being reported.
Yep.
And because it was Obama, they were allowing ICE to come into the jails, go through their stuff, and take the people out. Where now you've got them fighting against it, not letting them into the jails to go through the stuff. So here's
Governor Murphy just released a illegal immigrant that murdered someone Friday, and then called ICE and have them pick him up.
Nice.
nice.
So they're still talking out of both sides of their effing neck.
Yep.
Well, here's the big thing for me that is infuriating with this stuff is now it's all a word game. Now
100%.
you can't call them an illegal immigrant because now it's in the name. So now you're calling them undocumented, which is bullshit.
I'm not calling them undocumented.
No, I'm not saying you. I'm just saying, but the liberals and that's how they're calling it is undocumented to try to make it seem like they're not bad people.
Understand? They're continually trying to change wording because when words mean things, it has consequences. Illegal immigrant has consequences because you're doing something illegal. How can you play it off? You undocumented. That's somehow not your fault. Illegal is your fault by you taking or not taking action. But undocumented, well, that's different. They go through. These aren't people that just have these words fall out of their mouths. It's a plan, and if you ignore it, it dies. If you don't use the term and insist on continually using illegal immigrant or illegal alien, oh no, it's undocumented. No, it's not. It's illegal, and I'm not using any other word for it.
Right.
All of a sudden it's like, then I can't talk to you. Then you can't have a conversation about what's real. You need to call it something it's not. I came back to this country from being deployed overseas, and this was the name that they tried to call us: Americans of African descent. This was before they had African American. It was Americans of African descent, and pretty much people were like, no. So they had to go back to the drawing board and come up with a new one.
Well, that's, a lot of people, it's like you don't see people going around, oh, I'm Muslim American.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm Indian American. But dumbass Jasmine Crockett even said it on, a podcast or a news station. Well, you're not a criminal if you commit a crime. I'm like, what? I'm like, come on, people. Y'all can't be this stupid to sit there. Because she's even a lawyer, isn't she?
I don't know what she... Okay, this is what she is. She's a plant. Jasmine Crockett is a plant. AOC is a plant. Marjorie Taylor Greene is a plant. What they use these people for is the extremism. They use them for the extremism and the loud noises and the dumb shit they say to move the Overton window and to play a role. She's not that stupid. Marjorie Taylor Greene isn't stupid. AOC may not be stupid. So, but they know they are being used. I don't know the name of this guy. No, this is why I'm saying it. There's a Democrat on Instagram. He lost his freaking seat because he was going on Instagram saying what I just said. He didn't name names. He said the loudest ones you hear are playing a role intentionally. And I think because he kept telling what was going on behind the curtain is why they didn't support him.
Well, who's the little Indian guy with the bad wig?
That's
That's
Clayton.
trying. What's his name? That's trying to get Trump impeached.
Oh, damn.
Thandar, whatever. Shuri Thandar.
No internet.
Yeah. I'm trying to find it here.
This right here.
What's that? Oh, you find that dude you're talking about?
Really?
I don't. Whoa!
Tell me that ain't a wig.
What are you talking about? I am Donald Trump.
Tell me that ain't a wig.
I,
Oh my God.
whatever. Dude. I mean, that's as much of a wig. What is the other lady's name?
Hey, Tony, we're going to get you that same wig for SHOT Show. I'm going to order it right now for you.
What's that?
Every time this dude talks, I'm just like, are you freaking kidding me?
What are you talking about? Well, I mean, he just looks like he has an accent. He might not. I'm just saying stuff.
Like when he was talking about impeaching the president, I was laughing my ass off. Like the shit he was saying. Let me see if I can find this video.
No one cares that you're going to impeach the president. Just like no one cares about the felonies because they meant nothing. No one ever been convicted of them. And now the lady that convicted them are up on the same charges and nobody wants to talk about it.
Sri Thanedar, Indian American congressman. I would like to start by asking you the number.
Yes. He has done unconstitutional activity, illegal activities. He has taken advantage of his office for personal gain. And it was time for me to speak out. I could not stay silent when he defied Supreme Court order to reverse the deportation of Mr. Garcia. And I decided to stand
to the Quickie Mart
and hold President Donald J. Trump accountable.
Yeah, yada, yada.
How are you looking at?
I'm just like, this is what y'all are latching on to here.
Mm-hmm.
This is what y'all are. Hey, but I will say, he's always smiling.
Yeah.
It must be that shitty ass wig.
That glue's getting him high as hell. So, look,
like, come
I
on.
have to agree
this is
with you.
not what y'all can be latching on to.
I don't have to agree with you politically to say that wig looks ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. And we're going to impeach him. No one cares. See, a lot of the things you did that we all saw through during the first one and realized it was all politically motivated. Yeah, it's not going to work anymore for a majority of the people. I want real change to be made, not this bickering back and forth about Donald Trump. I need real differences to be seen and made. I need freaking prices of stuff to go down. I need you to stop freaking attacking my rights and trying to fool me into thinking that people don't look like me, hate me. Sorry, not buying any of that crap.
Right. That's to me, that is the most frustrating thing is if y'all worked as hard to try to actually fix the country as what you're doing to try to bash Donald Trump, we might actually be able to get somewhere.
Yeah. Let's make some things happen.
Y'all are too focused on you're too focused on trying to bash him. Mm-hmm. You're too focused on trying to bash his policies. You're too focused on trying to put him in jail or anything like that. Just stop and sit down and try to actually fix some of the shit that y'all have fucked up.
I agree.
But again, kind of back to Tony's point, the Republicans are just as bad.
They are.
I already had it.
They 100% are.
Let me tell you about Donald J. Trump and when he went against the Supreme Court. It is totally unacceptable what he did, and I could no longer stay quiet. I had to speak up. Me and Patrick, we both got together and said, we have to do something about this because it is unacceptable.
Oh my God, Tony, I love you.
Oh man,
that is all.
I I think that wig would look good on you, Tony, for shot. Be great.
Dude, I got enough going on. Every time I get together at a major event, something cataclysmic happened. We had me freaking rolling the friggin' scooter at SHOT Show. We had me going to goals and fucking breaking the chair in the middle of the freaking speech. The chair collapsed and snapped under me at goals. Yeah, that was fun.
Yep.
Oh me.
So you fly out tomorrow for shot, you said?
What was that?
Said you fly out tomorrow for shot?
Yeah, fly out tomorrow for SHOT Show.
Nice.
Gonna get like 6 hours of sleep. I already got everything packed up. I'll probably think of something last minute. I don't have a shitload of freaking business cards, mainly because I'm dude. It's business card.
Dude, you need to download that and use that Blink, man.
Do it.
I got it
before you go to SHOT Show, man.
Oh, I got Blink.
Make a difference.
Okay. Yeah. I've been using the hell out of that, man. I haven't ordered any paper business cards in God knows how long.
Minus the guy I met last night. But that's for good reason.
Yeah, there you go.
So I got Blink, and then I have some cards for people that want traditional cards. Look, I don't need every company. I just need a few. So I'm hitting up some that I already know some people there. They know I've done work. The sad part is the marketing people don't know Second Amendment advocates from their asshole.
Mm-hmm.
But they know what the fuck a Gundy's is.
No, that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, we need to save that conversation for a different episode right there.
Mm-hmm.
That is a whole nother. Yeah, that's a whole nother conversation. That would be a whole episode right there.
Fuck it.
We definitely need to save the.
Yeah, it's yeah. Okay, fine. Look, I love my friends that are getting recognized for the work they do. I'm happy for them.
Yeah.
But there's a company profiting off the fact that you're giving all of your information to vote for these people. They're selling that and making money off that info. It has nothing to do with the people you voted. And I look at that like, why in the hell do I need another company to be involved in this in any way? So whatever they have planned with Walk the Talk America, the awards, they didn't have to get your email address to give me that award. They didn't have to get somebody's email address to give Clayton that award.
Mm-hmm.
They just did it because of the work he does. So do what you want to do. I'm happy for my friends that got recognition, especially the causes and the things they're doing and the work they're putting in, because they did it. But the company that's giving them that recognition could give two shits about that. It's a business move on their part. The sad part is some of the influencers that these people are celebrating outside the 2A influencers could give two shits about the Second Amendment or standing up for it or fighting for it. It doesn't give them views, so it doesn't put money in their pocket. That's why I don't like most of these assholes on YouTube, these gun tubers. First of all, most of them can't shoot. They couldn't hit water if they fell out of a fucking boat. They're not safe when it comes to gun handling. And their reviews can be bought. And some of the stuff they make up is arbitrary as fuck anyway. I shot 1,000 rounds through this. Really? Because a friend of mine got the gun after you and said, there's no way you did what you said you did with the rear sight being that far off. You couldn't hit paper, possibly hit paper. And if you put 1,000 rounds through that, there was 1,000 rounds off paper, you were shooting a Kentucky Windage like a mother effer.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one, man.
And I watched.
No, I think this is.
Hey, what if? Where were we at? We were at goals together, right?
Yep. Yeah.
So when we hit that split and y'all left me somewhere, I ain't gonna say where I was because some people might be able to put it together. I just saw a YouTuber came up, a gun tuber, a famous gun tuber, came up and did a mag dump at 15 yards and hit the target once, and then walked off and said, "Yeah, I just wanted to check this out." But if you watch his video, he can't miss. You watch his videos, he just rings still like the Hunchback of Notre Dame every time he pulls a friggin' trigger. I'm like, safest place in the world was in front of that instant target. That motherfucker lit up like Yosemite Sam. And all three of us were looking like this. He didn't hit shit, did he? Not a damn thing. Wow.
No, this has been a good conversation. I wanted to get this in about the suppressors and everything, and we kind of transitioned to a few other things, but I know we've talked about it in the past. Tony harps on it all the time, and the reason we harp on this stuff, folks, is you got to make sure you're looking at more than just the presidential election.
Yep.
You got to. We cannot stress that enough. You got to make sure you're looking at more than just the presidential election. You need to be involved in every election. Every election, school board, city council, county council, because these are the ones that grow into these bigger spots. Know their policies, understand what they believe in, understand where they want to go with stuff. All right. Stop sitting on your ass and think, all right, well, it's time for the presidential election. Let me go out and vote. You need midterms. You need to get involved. All this stuff, you need to be involved. You need to be voting. And the other thing, and both sides are guilty of this. People on both sides are guilty of this. Stop fucking voting party lines. But now, one side I think is a little more guilty than the other. But both sides are guilty. Stop voting party lines.
They all vote party lines, and it's ridiculous. They don't even know who's running, and they vote in party line. But hey, I saw a friend of mine.
Exactly.
I saw a friend of mine post this up today, talking about this situation. But I think we need to check on him and do a welfare check, because it sounded like he had a stroke. Because he didn't proofread his post.
Typing along.
He didn't proofread it. I'm like,
I proofread it. It just might not have been a very good proofread.
Hey, honey, you want me to do your nail? I do your nail. What the fuck? I'm like,
hey, leave me alone, man. Sometimes my fingers move faster than my brain does.
That'll happen.
It was great because he was like, "Oh man, Chris is making a point. Chris is having a stroke. Chris died. Chris died. Somebody need to call Chris." It was like, "Hey, da ba da ba da ba da ba da ba da ba da."
Yeah, like, Chris has done that a few times.
It's like Christmas.
I'm bad about that, man. I won't lie. I get into the heat of the moment and my fingers get going a little faster than my brain does.
We all done it.
Yeah, I didn't do a good job proofreading that.
Yeah, we've all done this shit.
We've all done it. It's just more fun to make fun of you.
Hey, there ain't nothing wrong with that. But no, I hope everybody enjoyed the episode. I hope everybody gets out and gets involved with everything.